This is Tom Bancroft, supervising director of Larry Boy. Today, he's gonna draw the cruel ruler of Zucchinia, Greta von Gruesome.
So she's actually a zucchini herself, that's the green skin. But she's so thick and covered up with armor and stuff, you can hardly tell that she's a zucchini. But with her, what I'll start with is that kind of a zucchini shape. But then I add on a big kind of opera singer kind of dress, and that's kind of what she's wearing, is this sort of big opera diva kind of an outfit. So if you imagine what she really looks like is like a zucchini, but you'll never see that shape. So part of it is that, the top part is, and then at the belt area here, it blooms out into this big kind of dress that she has. And she's based on kind of a Valkyrie kind of opera singer. And actually the person that does her voice can actually sing opera. Now I split the top part here, above the waist, pretty much in half. And from there, this area up here is going to be her head. So it starts with a little bit kind of a U shape. Now a lot of that's going to get covered up too, because she has a big helmet that she wears. So first I'll start with kind of a rectangle shape, and that's going to be the brim of that helmet. And then off of that is a triangle shape, which is going to be the nose. That is the nose of the helmet, but it becomes her nose too, because we can't see what her nose is underneath. So I have kind of angles that kind of go down, taper to the top, and taper to the top here. That'll give her kind of a mean expression, because her eyes actually work right off of that. Top of that is a little triangle shape on the top of her helmet. And then just below that is where her eyes show. So she always looks kind of mad because she's got this helmet that's covering up her eyes. It makes her look mad, so it becomes kind of her eyebrows. Now underneath her eyes, we're going to add little bags. So those are just kind of U shapes again underneath her eyes. So kind of color them in a little bit, and that makes them look like little bags underneath her eyes. She has little tiny pupils. Now, because she's always upset and everything, we have a big frown on her face. So she's got a big, wide frown. And underneath that is, the bottom part of that is her bottom lip. She's got a big bottom lip. And I'll color that in a little bit. Now, to really accent that shape, working right off the nose shape here, I'll add a little curve here and a little curve here on both sides. That's going to be kind of to accent her jowls. Now the bottom of her head goes into kind of a V shape, because that's where the cape is going to go. So now we have pretty much her face all worked out. Now we're going to finish her helmet, because she has these big wings off both sides that make her look like a Valkyrie kind of opera singer. Now to create that, you do a straight line on one side. There's already kind of a straight line on this side. Now that's going to be both sides of the wings. And then there's a curve and a curve, kind of a fourth of a circle on both sides of that. All right. Now I'll do a curve off this straight line, a curve on that side. That's going to be one feather, and a curve on that side. And that's another feather on the other side. Then from there I draw a little circle here, and then a bigger curve here that goes into a straight line on the top. Now what this is going to define is, this straight line is the very top feather. There's going to be 3 feathers right in this area. So there's one, which is a curve. Now I draw another straight and another curve. That's 2 feathers. Another straight and another curve is the 3 feathers. So that little circle I drew right here was just to help me to figure out where those would go. I really don't need that. Now this little circle area here has a little triangle taken out of it, and that is another feather shape down here. So it's really 3 parts. These 3 feathers here, this little half circle here, and then the 1 feather down here. Now we're going to do the same thing over here by drawing a straight line at the top of this curve, a bigger curve shape here, a littler curve shape here that goes right into that one bottom feather here. That's straight and a curve. So on this circle, we'll add that little V chip taken out of it. And off here, we'll go back to the top here and draw, because we already have the straight, we'll draw the curve of the first feather, a straight for the second feather, and the curve on that, a straight for the third feather, and then the curve on that, and that connects right into our circle down here. So there's her two big winged parts to her helmet. And now from there, what we're going to do is add on her big shoulder area, which is basically just a big curve here and a curve here. Now that goes into what these are big round dome shapes. Okay? Like they're big shoulder pad basically, but they're made out of metal. And then the cape goes over that, so we can kind of create kind of a diamond shape there and another diamond shape with a curve right there. And that's the cape going over these big metal shoulder kind of things. And we add a little shine to that, a little shine over here, because those are metal. And she's kind of round right here. I'm going to bring her belt up a little bit. She's got a big belt. It's just a big belt shape there. Now you're not going to really see her back, but she's a little straighter in the back here. I'm going to add this diamond shape here. There's a diamond shape there that makes this black here and that black on this side. And this is kind of a lighter color here. So to hold that cape together, right in the middle here, we add a little circle. And that's like a little metal disc that holds that cape, that connects the cape together. And now from there, we're going to draw the arms. Now we call them arms, but really what they are energy beams, because this armor has energy to it. This is where she gets her power that she can blast through her gauntlets or her hands. So they're just big kind of big tube shapes that we use as arms, but they're glowing. So to create that glowing look, we'll have little kind of rainbow shapes that all connect together, just little ones to make it look like she has glowing arms. And then we'll add on those gauntlets, which are big metal gloves. They have like little metal rivets on it. So it's just a rectangle here with the little round rivets. And then her hand, which is a big metal glove. So I have them in a clenched fist kind of a shape. And I'll add little, at her knuckles, she has little round discs that are kind of like bolts. And then we'll do the same over here. Kind of a long rectangle shape. And then out of that comes the hand. And here we're actually going to see a thumb with the round circle here and a rectangle shape here for her thumb. Another rectangle shape for one finger, another one for another one, and then the other one's behind there. So it looks like she's got a clenched fist there. And then down here she actually has an apron in front of her dress. So we'll just draw a straight line here and kind of a curved shape there. And that of course is the bottom of her dress here. And that can be shaded in too because it's darker down here. Now the last thing I always do is I'll add on the cape. So behind this brass plate you can see the back of the cape kind of coming down here. And you see a little bit of it over here through her glowing arm. And you can shade that in if you want. But it kind of comes out here on the side. And that is the evil Greta von Gruesome.